transmission, how the idea came up, I think it started a long time ago. When I was a student after my studies in Paris, I was not invited by the family to join the vines and the estate. So my father was running the business, and I started working at the beginning at L'Oréal. And I've been working there for 6 years. But in the 90s, Champagne was hardly hit by the crisis, and most of the small houses, especially family-owned houses, have been sold to the big group. And that was certainly what would happen to the house when our father said to, or explained to his children, it's too difficult, I'm losing too much money, and I just want to give it now, and we will be selling. We will keep the vines for sure, but we will sell the business. And my oldest brother was surgeon in Paris, so he declined the invitation to join my father. And my youngest brother, Antoine, I'm working with today, was still a student and too young to take over. So I just said, well, producing champagne, selling champagne should be easy. So, okay, I leave my job in Paris and I join my father. And the idea was, okay, we should be a very good team. My father looking after the vines and the production, and me looking after the management and the commercial. But life does not always happen as you expect. And a few months after my arrival, my father became very ill, had to leave the business straight away. So I just remained on my own estate, and I had to learn everything by myself. I was 28 years. I was the daughter of my father. I had no experience in winemaking, so I have to say that the challenge was enormous. I mean, being in a men-dominated world as a young woman with no experience. So I had to fight for years to convince the other of my credibility and of my legitimacy. And since then, I never stopped thinking about creating a group of women just to support each other and to be each other and to explain that there are also women working in the wine business. But I had too much to do, so I've just been working so hard during 20 years. But 5 years ago, I said, okay, now it's a good time. And I spoke with Maggie Enriquez, who ran Champagne Krug. I know her very well, and I thought that she would love the idea as well, just to create a group of women. And I spoke together, and she said, that's a good idea. But I said, Maggie, you know what? It shouldn't be just a group of women. It has to be much more than a group of women. Otherwise, some people will say, oh, they are just women together, they just want to support each other. So I said, the key point is not a group of women. It has to be something different. And I said, that will be the point. We'll be a group representing, or being the illustration, but representing the diversity of Champagne. That means that in the group, we'll have all the generation, from young people to older people with different experience, with different backgrounds, with different experience. We'll have women from the south of Champagne, from the Aube, very far from Épernay, to Épernay and Reims, so representing la Montagne de Reims, la Vallée de la Marne, and la Côte des Blancs, so the different region of Champagne, representing also the different grapes, because you know the most famous grapes are Pinot Noir, Pinot Meunier, and Chardonnay, but there are also other grapes, Charline Faune, for instance, or Mélanie Talon, like Petit Mélier, Arbanne. And the last point would be a group representing the different players, so the different size of players in Champagne, from the small growers to the international brand. So that's how it started, and today this group represents the diversity of the Champagne through 9 women. They are all leaders. They are either owners of the estate or CEO, like Maggie at Krug, for instance. And our mission is just to share our experience, to transmit our experience, to make the Champagne moving forward as well, to move Champagne from the exclusive celebration to daily occasion, just sharing moments together with friends, with the family, like a champagne brunch or champagne dinner or champagne with friends, just with a plate of cheese or easy pairings, for instance. So we organize workshops. We explain also the influence of the shape of the glass on the champagne tasting. I would suggest you to taste the same champagne in different glasses, and then you will better understand the importance of the glass on the tasting. So we try to share, to transmit, to share our passion, but also our experience with people, with women, but not only women, and to make the image of champagne moving forward.